Oh, with Sovereignty scheduled to work tomorrow. Junior, first, I've got to ask how you're feeling. You made a very quick recovery.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Get back in action. In 3 weeks, I was already riding. And 2.5, I was already getting horses in the morning. But yeah, I had a quick recovery. I think we're kind of like we're different breed, like we just healed very quick. And I'm just glad that I got back on time.
And what was the specific injury?
I fractured the scapula. It was like in the shoulder blade, so it was something minimal, but it was completely affecting the mobility in my arm, and I had to sit out for a couple of weeks at least.
Well, you had a great motivator to get better fast with a horse like Sovereignty. Talk about what he is like underneath you, what you feel from him. Is he a horse that you knew right away was going to be something special?
I work him in the morning. He's a horse that has never shown much in the morning. He's a very laid-back horse, an old soul, but he does just what he needs to do. And first time out, we were very impressed the way he did it. Even though we knew he was going to go longer. And second time out, we finished second. And I told Bill, listen, the horse that beat us today, he will never beat us again. And this horse, I don't see him getting beat again. And we keep him here the third time out, and he won. He broke the maiden and the stake race here, and he's been pretty special. We kind of knew from the first time he ran, we knew he got some talent, and he has showing that. And I'm very, very looking forward for the Derby.
Obviously, his most recent loss came when you were on the sidelines, but do you feel like there's something specific that you know about this horse that kind of clicks or can make the difference?
I work with those horses, when they're 2-year-old in Saratoga. I start working them early, and I get to know them very well, and they're little corks, and here and there. And, I think many rode a great race. But it's like you say, sometimes just the little details when you're on a horse that I know what they want and when they want it. Since I've been getting on since they're babies, I think that might play a little, in my favor, I sell sometimes. And that could be, why probably he didn't win last time. But even though, I thought he still ran a very good race, and he had to run a hard race the time before in the Fountain of Youth, and I thought he was a 70% horse ready that day, and, that might have, play a little role in him and the Florida Derby.
What should we be watching for in tomorrow's workout that will tell us, as we see Sovereignty breeze in his final Derby prep, that he's ready?
To be honest, I was very surprised. I think he's ready just when I saw him last week. He worked a minute flat and then gallop out 112, 125. That's not him. He's a very laid-back horse. He wouldn't even do that in company before. So when I saw the way he worked, I was very happy. I was very pleased the way he did it. So that's when I said, I think he's ready now. I think Billy Mo just had him right where he wanted to be coming into the Derby, though.
As always, a pleasure to talk to you. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way, and very happy to see you back.
Yeah, thank you, Kenny.
Junior Alvarado with his mount for the Derby, Sovereignty, breezing tentatively tomorrow for Bill Mott.